without further ado, Patrick, go ahead and take it away, and I'm going to mute myself.
All right. Well, thank you, Judy. I really appreciate it. Can everyone hear me okay? Okay. Yeah, I tend to sometimes talk a little bit fast, and we're going to be going over a lot of information tonight. It's very exciting, and I get very excited about it. So if I end up mumbling too fast or slurring my words, I want you guys to slow me down and say, hey, I didn't get that. Please repeat. But the first thing I want to say is I want to thank every one of you for being here, and I want to congratulate you all on choosing the company that has the #1 compensation plan is rated in Business for Home as of March of last year, 1 out of 750 companies, #1 out of 750. Just think about what you have your hands on here. We're going to talk about a lot to do with the comp plan tonight. And then if we happen to end in time, I have a little bit of extra material that we could go over, or if somebody wants to stay after, we could always talk about that. But without further ado, let me go ahead and share my screen and get going. Let's see, is this the right one? I think this is the right one. Okay, you should see the compensation plan on here now. Does everybody see that? Because I don't see people because
Yeah, I could say it, Patrick.
Okay, good deal. So we're good to go. So let's go ahead and talk about the compensation plan tonight. It is without doubt the most rewarding, highest paying compensation plan in the industry. Some companies allow you to grow wide, some allow you to grow deep. But in partner, or then there's actually some that they call a matrix where you can only go so wide and so deep, kind of like a square. PartnerCo, there is no limit to how wide and how deep you can go. It's called a multi-line plan, and it does, as Judy mentioned, has several patents on it. And we had some pretty genius people dream this up, and it's pretty awesome. So let's go ahead. So first things first. Now, all of you who are here who are in the business, you've activated what you call an income position. What is that? So if you go and you look at where you are in the organization, it looks like a big tree. And when people look at that, sometimes it's kind of daunting. You look and you say, gosh, I'm here in this one place, and all these people above me are making money on me, and I'm way down here. Well, here's what I want you to think of. Your parents came before you, right? And then they had you, right? Did that stop you from going out and working or going to school or having an education? No, didn't stop any of that. Would it stop you from making more than your parents? No. And it's the same thing here. So unlike corporate America, in this company, you are totally empowered to make as much as you want. Nobody's limiting you. Matter of fact, the people who bring you in, unlike corporate America, they are actually there to serve you, because obviously if you do well, they're going to do well. And everybody here in PartnerCo, we know we're stronger together. We want everybody to succeed. So you've activated your little place in the tree, your income position. And hopefully by now you've downloaded the PartnerCo Share app. If you have not done that, there are the QR codes for that. We can go back and get those later. But that app has everything that you will need in it. Now, what are you going to do? You're going to sell product to new customers. That's what we do. We are a product company. And what you want to do in your first month is you want to achieve what we call a business level. And there are 4 business levels. Now, before I go on, you're going to see these points over here. The easiest way to think about this, at least for the United States, think of a point being about $1.50. So 200 point value is about $300, maybe a little bit more. 500, it's like $750, and so on. So you're going to achieve a business level in your first 4 weeks. Now, that's a little caveat. It's really not necessarily 4 weeks. It depends on what day of the week you come in. So we have 4 weeks that we do for compensation, and they go from Saturday to Friday. So really what it is what you achieve in your first 4 Fridays. So the best day to actually come in is on a Saturday, because you have a full 4 weeks. If you come in on like a Thursday, you're going to get 1 day, and then you're going to get the next 3 weeks. So there's a little bit of strategy there. What you want to do is you want to achieve your business level by either buying your own product or selling product in that first month and have it add up to these point values. Everybody comes in at least at activated, or what we used to call member level. If you get to 500 points, you can become a business. 1,000 for elite, and ultimate is 1,500. And I just want to say, everyone here should be striving for this ultimate deal. We're going to talk a lot about that tonight and why that is such a powerful thing. There are even more reasons now why ultimate is where you want to be if you want to make money. So as I said, we have 4 business levels. We just talked about that. And once again, your business level is determined by the volume you accumulate in your first 4 Fridays. Now, here's the cool thing. Let's say that you're really doing good, but you're not quite where you want to be after the first 4 Fridays. You can talk to your upline. They can call up the company and they can extend you another 4 weeks. So there is a way to do that. So if you weren't quite there, they can help you get there. So you accumulate volume by either selling or purchasing products. So you can buy your way to ultimate. You can enroll somebody at ultimate. The minute you enroll somebody at ultimate, boom, you're there. If you buy yourself into business, that's actually how we started, and then pay and buy more later. We bought another elite pack. That makes you ultimate. So there are many ways of doing this. So when you get these business levels, you're unlocking a lifetime of benefits. But really, it's this ultimate level that you want to do. Now, what are these new volume bonuses down here? So let's say somebody comes in. We talked about that first 4 Fridays idea. Well, you're going to bring in somebody says, hey, I would like to be in this business with you. You enroll them as what we call a brand partner. And in their first 4 Fridays, anything they put in, normally, if you come in at a normal activated level or a normal base commission, you will actually, get 15% on normal base commissions. However, for that first month, or 4 Fridays, anything they put in, including the pack they came in on, including any other things they put in, all of that volume, you get 30% of that volume. That is a big deal. That's twice what you get as activated. So that is money, new volume bonus. Think of that as your now money. That's money that helps you get out of the gate. So you really want to have this ultimate power reentry. We might touch on that a little bit later. So a minimum sales threshold, everybody is required to either sell or buy 100 PV. That's about $150, $155 of product every 4 weeks to say qualified. It's pretty easy to do that. Once you love our products, it's pretty easy to spend that. But let's just say there was a month that you didn't buy it, but you had a customer, and that customer bought 100 PV. That counts, right? It doesn't count for your brand partners because their brand partners have their own 100 PV requirement. So anything that you sell to a customer, or you buy yourself up to 100 PV, that makes your minimum sales threshold. That allows you to have commissions. It allows you to have reward points and other things. So you always want to make sure you have a subscribe and save, or what we used to call an auto ship, of at least 100 PV a month. That would run on whatever week you came in, red, green, purple, or blue, to stay qualified. So that qualification period, once again, it's a weekly plan. So every Saturday at 12 p.m., or rather 12 a.m., I should say, 12 a.m. Mountain Time to 11:59 p.m. on Friday, that is the period. It's a 7-day full period. And then the subscription, whatever you have on your subscription, will run on the following Saturday, or the Saturday that you actually came in on. So if you came in on a blue week, your subscription will run on a blue week. And if you go into the app, it'll tell you what your subscription week is. You'll see a dot that'll say, blue, red, whatever it is. Now, commissions will run on Tuesdays, but they're paid for the previous week. So let's say blue week is your big week, which it is for a lot of people here. You're not going to get paid on blue week until after the following week and the Tuesday after that. So it lags by 11 days, I believe that is. So after that Friday ends, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and a week, and then you'll get paid for that blue week. Now, tonight we're going to talk about 9 ways that we can get paid in this company. That seems pretty daunting when you think about it. Wow, 9 ways. How does that work? Well, we can separate it pretty easy into three different categories. We have what we call upfront income, and that's the income you get from, when you come right in. That's anything you sell retail, you're going to get, immediate pay there. And then the new volume bonus, that's that 15, 20, 25, 30% off of people that you've brought in, either customers or brand partners, their first 4 Fridays. All of that will basically turn out to be 15, 20, 25, or 30% on the PV based on your business level. And that's how you get paid now. Then we have get paid as you grow. That's your residual income, and that's base commissions. That's the 15% I kind of mentioned before. Base commissions happens as you build a team, as you build your tree down from where you are, you'll get base commissions. And then as you become bigger, you get more people, you're going to get paid to lead your team. And that comes in the that comes in the form of bonus income, especially 4, 5, 6, and 7, really, in particular. These two, not as much for this, but 4, you have a savings bonus, and then you have some different bonuses that really are rewarding you for being a leader. Okay. Any questions so far? I heard somebody popping in there for a minute. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started talking about how do we get paid right now. So you have retail profits and you have new volume bonus. So let's just talk about retail profits. And this is very simple. You're going to share the products that you love and you're going to earn on every sale. So as a brand partner, you get a 30% discount on the retail price. So if somebody comes onto your site and on your replicated website and they buy a retail product, you will always get the difference between what the brand partner pays and the retail. You will get that on top of any commission that the company will give you. So it's a really easy way to get retail. So here's an example right here. So let's say you have a product that is retails for $130, you only pay for $100. The company is going to give you $30 right off the top before you get any commission for retail profit. So that is a really easy way to go. Now, a lot of you here came in with the whole skinny drop thing, the slenderized system of growth. And a lot of us have bought packs. So you buy a pack of slenderized, for instance, that normal product runs at $176 retail. When you buy a 10-pack, you're getting it for basically half price. I think it's like $88 or $87.90 per box. So let's say you said, you know what, I'm going to sell this for $138. Let's just make it easy. You're going to get that $50 retail profit. That's your retail profit that you've defined. And that doesn't even count whatever you got when you bought the pack from the company. So this is just an extra retail. You can give your people a discount and you get a retail profit because you bought in bulk. That's what we've been doing. So that is part of this retail profit strategy. And there are people that are making incredible money. Robin Brown Perrone made over $100,000 in the last year selling drops by retail. Pretty amazing.
Wow.
Now you can share with
retail selling drops.
Excuse me. I think somebody whoever's on there, please mute. That would be awesome. Okay, so you're going to share now. Here's the thing: you can share your exclusive discount with people that you want to share it with. Now we have promo codes that allow you to give it a 15% discount. Now, if you do that, realize that you are taking off of 15% from that 30%. You'll get 15%. Now, I'm just gonna mention with promo codes, as nice as it is to give people a discount, I want you to be careful here, because if you do that and they subscribe and save, then they're going to end up getting 30%. Now, if they get 30%, that's what you get. Why would they want to come in and do the business? They're already getting what they want. They may not see the benefit. So I would, like I said, the promo codes are great, but I would use them in limited cases, and just to make sure you keep an incentive out there for people to join. Now let's talk about new volume bonus. This is the second way that we get paid right now. You're going to earn from sales to brand new customers and also for new brand partners. When a brand partner comes in, you have 4 Fridays that you will be able to get that added percentage. Not, it'll be 15% if you come in activated. If you come in with a business pack at 500 PV, you'll get 20%. If you come in with elite at 1000 PV, you're going to get 30%, or rather 25%. And then if you come in at ultimate, or you get yourself to ultimate, you will make 30% off of that on the PV. So once again, there's your new level or new volume bonus percentages right there. The higher your business levels, the higher percentage you earn forever on those first months. You want to get this, because think about somebody who comes in at ultimate. If they come in at ultimate at 1500 PV, would you rather make $225 or $450? I mean, it can really add up in a hurry. So here you are, you're coming in, and then in this case, you have a customer and a brand partner. They've bought product from you. At activated, if they put 100 PV in that first month on an order, you're going to make $15 on that. However, if you're ultimate, you're going to make twice that, or 30. And of course, the business and elite is somewhere in between there. So bottom line, you want to be ultimate. Now, if the volume purchased exceeds your business level while you're trying to qualify, you're going to get paid at that level. So, and the simple reason is that volume that they're putting in is going to push you over that level to help you qualify at the higher level. So you're going to get paid at the higher level. So let's say you came in at business level, and you sold another 1000 PV, you're going to pop yourself up to ultimate, and then you'll be ultimate. The thing I love about this company, and Judy can attest to this, when you get a rank, when you get a title, when you get a business level, you never lose it. There's no breakaway. There are no tricks. Everything that you achieve is yours forever. Now, this is kind of what I mentioned before. Let's say you have somebody come in at ultimate. You're going to make $450 on that. $450 is a big deal. So that's new volume bonus. That's right off the top. That's before they've done anything, whether they ever sell a product or not. Right off the top, you're going to make $450 right there. All right. So once again, higher your business level, the higher percentage you earn. You have 4 weeks to do that. Then you have another 4 weeks that you can have your upline coordinate with the company to get that business level up. Bottom line, go for the ultimate. Now let's talk about how you get paid as you grow. And this goes back to that picture of it. Think of a picture of a tree again. The residual income is for all the people that you bring in below you. And this is how you earn base commissions. Pretty amazing. And we're going to talk about that now. So you're here, you've activated in the business, you have an income position, it's just your spot in the tree. Once again, it's like, it doesn't matter that people came in before you. What you achieve, nobody is going to keep you from achieving what you want to do. So you can bring in brand partners, and you're going to start building at least 2 lines. So we're going to talk a little bit about why we do that. So what this does is allows you to get paid week after week as you build your organization out. Now, you're going to build a team of brand partners. They're going to be placed into a line with an open position. You have the full ability in the Partner Co-Share app to put people in and put them in where you want them. We're going to, if we have a little bit of time at the end, I'm going to kind of show you a strategy about that, just to give you an idea of how it works. But you can add brand partners to existing teams. You can build deep, make big long lines, or you can place them in new lines. Now, I typically will not recommend anybody have more than 3 lines. And really, I would recommend anybody just start with 2, because there's a huge thing called optimization we're going to talk about, where you really want to concentrate that volume and achieve that optimization state. So as you build your team, they're going to place them into the line. And once again, each of your brand partners can also acquire new customers. Their place in the tree, there's this person's place in the tree, and et cetera, et cetera. And they're going to grow out just like you do. And as you do, you're going to start earning these base commissions. Now, how does that really work? Once again, deep and wide is patented and exclusive. Infinitely deep and wide, I should say, is a patented exclusive thing to our company. So the way this works is we have what we call the power line and we have pay lines. Now the power line is always the largest line that that you build. Now who gets paid on that? The company gets paid on that. So the company, how they get revenue from you is through your power line. Now before you weep about that, think about this. They're only getting paid on your power line. There is no limit to the number of pay lines you can have. So there are people in this company that have 6, 7, 8 pay lines. The company's only getting paid on one, and they're paying you on all the rest. And even on the power line, let's say you have somebody in that power line you brought in personally, you're always going to get paid on their volume because they are directly tied to you. So the line with the most volume is called a power line, and any other smaller line is called a pay line. So you can see here you have a power line with 2,000 PV, and then you have a pay line here of 1,000 PV and another pay line of 1,500. Now, in this case, there was a benefit to them having 3 lines, whereas they have 2,500 in these pay lines, and they only have 2,000 in the power line. I want you to think of the power line this way. Think of it as going to the bank, right? You have to have money on deposit in the bank in order to get paid. So when you have a pay line here, 1,000 PV, let's just say you had 1 pay line. To get paid on this 1,000 PV, we take 1,000 out of the power line. That would make it 1,000 PV. Now, in this case, since there's a larger pay line, you would take 1,500 out of this pay line, and then you would get paid on both of these lines. So the power line is kind of like your bank. So you're going to earn 15% on the volume of all of the pay lines. These 2 lines are going to pay you $375 in base commissions. So that's pretty awesome. And if you get over 250 in base commissions on a given week, you're going to get another bonus, which we'll talk about later. So here's the 15% of 2,500 total PV. So you're getting paid on both of these lines. Okay, so then and like I said, we have carryover volume. Let's say we only have 2 lines. If you had 1,000 PV here, you're going to take that and you're going to basically debit that out of the power line, and you're going to have a carryover of 1,000 PV that you can use the following weeks, right? So if you still have that 1,000 PV, this is going to zero out, and this 1,000 PV will remain for next week. So that kind of helps you. Now, any volume that's left over in the power line is going to carry over. Once again, this is a reason why, even though you may not get paid as much on the power line, you want to continue to build this because you have to have both lines functional with PV to get paid base commissions. Any questions on that so far? Does that make sense?
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So if you just have 1 line and then they have 2 under them, you're only going to get paid for your personal when you sponsored?
If you only had 1 line, you're just going to get paid on anybody you directly sponsor because you won't have a pay line. Your pay line would be 0. So you always want to have 2 lines. And when you start out, you might put a couple up here in the power line, and then you're going to put one in the pay line, pay line, start building it out. And eventually what you really want is to have balance between these lines, because you will miss base commissions. You might get other things, but the base commissions, absolutely, you need a pay line and a power line to get paid base commission. So now each pay line can pay you up to $2,000 US on a given week. That's this funny number, 13,334 PV, which is 15% times 15% of that is 2,000. So that's the max you can get on a pay line. Now, there's something special about this particular number. We'll talk about that in a minute, but think about this for a minute. What would happen if you did this every week? That's $8,000 a month. That's almost $100,000 a year just in base commission. So, the ability to get paid here is pretty big, as you build out. Now, once again, base commissions always 15%, where we had new volume bonus with those 15, 20, 25, 30 based on business level. You always get 15% on the base commission up to a total of 2,000 per pay line. Any remaining difference is going to be carried over. So let's talk about optimization. I mentioned that briefly a minute ago. Optimization is a special thing that happens when we have a sales volume of 13,334 PV on 2 or more lines in a week. Now, when that happens, that means you're going to get paid on the pay line because you have the power line also with 13,334. You will get paid that maximum 2,000. That's called an optimization of your income position. What happens when that happens? Well, you're going to get a new line, and then you will also get another income position. You're going to get another little dot on the tree where you can place it wherever you want. Let's say you have a brand partner 10 levels down on this leg here, and they're just killing it. You can place yourself underneath them over here. So it gives you an opportunity to work with people in your organization, and then it allows you to build even deeper. That's that ultimately, rather infinitely deep that we were talking about. So that's called a re-entry. So optimization is a big deal. When you hit this rank here, that also makes you what we call a senior officer. I'll mention that a little bit later on. But everybody should want to strive for this optimization. That's a big deal because there are other things that we will talk about that you get when pay lines optimize. So you can start building that new line right away. There's no limit to the number of lines you can build. You can build wide. The more times you optimize, the more lines you get. You're going to get 2 lines if you come in at activated. You're going to get 3 lines automatically to build on if you come in at business, 4 for elite and 5 for ultimate. But there are people that are ultimate that have many more than 5 lines, and they did it by doing this optimization. They can build this wide. And I think if you're able to optimize, I can't remember the exact number, I think 7 or 8 positions, that's like $1 million a year if you do that, if you're able to continue that. So, I mean, there are some people in the company making some pretty good money right now. So there's your re-entry. That's your next place, your other income position. You're way up here, and you've placed a copy of yourself over here, and you can start building under whoever. Now, you can't put this under your power line. This is going to be under one of your pay lines. Now, there is a thing called a power re-entry where you can place it under the power line. That's just another perk of being ultimate. So, like, once again, you're strategically building with your existing team members. You might want to reward somebody who's doing really good, and then you can build deep together with them. And there you go. You can build deep, and then later on, you can even re-enter again down here, and it can just go as deep as you want. Now, let's talk about what we call auto balancing. This is a kind of cool thing. It's this algorithm that PartnerCo has, and we can make it all super duper complicated, but this is what I want you to remember about auto balancing. It is simply PartnerCo's way of giving you the absolute most income that you can possibly get. And what happens is, let's say that you put in your 100 PV for your subscription, and then later in the month, you're like, I want to buy another 300 PV of something. That 300 PV, because it's over and above that 100 PV, you're going to get paid 15% commission on your own order over the top of that. And PartnerCo will spread that out on your lines to make sure you get the most benefit for that. So once again, it's when you have more than 100 PV, your whatever you put in extra, it's going to continue to help pay you. So now you're paying yourself to buy products from yourself. That's pretty awesome. And they do it automatically. Now let's talk about this for a second. I threw this in here. I thought this would be very interesting for everyone to see. So in PartnerCo, here are quite a few of the ranks, all the way up to chairperson 2. Now, these first 4 ranks, it's just simply how much money have you made up to 100, 200, 400, and 600. Now, there's no minimum weekly commissions or anything like that, but you're basically ranking up. You're being recognized for, selling product and all that up through senior supervisor. Now, these next ranks here, now you're going to start not only having a lifetime earning requirement, then you have to start building a pay line. So at this point, you have to have two legs that are building. And so you have these different volumes on a given week, 1,000 PV, which means your pay line and your power line have to have 1,000 PV at least. Senior manager, 1,500 in both lines, director, et cetera, et cetera. Now, here's what I like to think. Now, we're at vice president right now. 3,000 PV is roughly like a quarter of optimizing a pay line. A senior vice president, it's kind of like a third of an optimization. But here's what I really want you to think about. On any given week that you make, let's say director, let's say you hit this 2,000 PV on a given week on your pay line and your power line, you're probably going to take home $300 per week that you do that. So if you were able to do this 4 times a month, that's $1,200 a month in base commissions. So you'll use this table to kind of say, okay, I have goals. I'd like to be making a certain amount of money per week or per month. This is a good chart to kind of give you an idea of what that would look like. If you get down here to officer, where Judy is right now, that's like a half optimization. That's half of that 13,334. It's 6,667 PV in both lines. That gives you about $1,000 a week in base commissions. If you had a big enough organization that you did this every week, that's over $50,000 a year. So, and it just goes up from there. Senior officer, I have that shaded because that's where you optimize your pay line. That's a big deal. And we're going to talk about more about why that is a big deal. And then when you finally get up here, when you get up to chairperson, there are other things that are unlocked that are pretty amazing. But you can see you're making really good money once you get to this point. This is a weekly payout. If you were able to maintain this kind of PV up here, you're making some really good money. So at CEO, you've optimized 2 pay lines. That means you have 13,334 on your power line, and 2 pay lines of 13,334. And chairperson 1, you've optimized 3 pay lines with a power line, and so on. Any questions on that? I thought that would be really neat for people to see. I think this is a great tool to help people set goals. Okay.
Hey, Patrick,
Yes.
that chart that we're seeing right now, is that something that they could get their hands on?
It's on the presentation. I sent you the presentation.
Okay, that's true. That's true. All right.
And you can send that out. This is something I saw way back in the RX days, and I just dressed it up to make it look a lot nicer.
Yeah, I know there's another one, but I like the way you've done that. So if you want one of these, text me or text whoever invited you onto this call, and I'll make sure you get it in your hands.
Yeah, so there's the officer. That's what Judy has achieved. This 6,667. That's $1,000 a week. That's good money. There's your senior officer where you optimize. You get $2,000 a week, but on top of that, there's some other bonuses, and we'll talk about those. So let's go ahead and talk about that. Getting paid to lead. At this point, you have built a team, and now you are doing some pretty awesome things. We have what we call a savings bonus, an income position bonus, a pay line bonus, and then there's what we call matching bonus, matching pay, or as Todd Rowland likes to call it, matching check. There's a reason for that. Now, savings bonus is cool. How many of you are familiar with Mary Kay, where you can get a car? You used to be a pink Grand Am or a pink Cadillac or whatever it is. That's all well and good, but then you get locked into a car payment or into a lease payment. And if you don't keep your rank, there's a chance you can get kind of saddled into that. Now, the savings bonus is PartnerCo saying, we're going to save some money back for you. Every week that you make $250 in base commissions, we're going to save 15% for you in an account that you don't really have access to until you hit 10,000, but we're going to save it, and we're just going to keep it in there, let it accumulate. So let's say that you had a $2,000 base commission. PartnerCo is going to put $300 away in this account any week that you make over 250. So at 250, you're going to get $37.50, and then it goes up from there. Now it will continue to save up to $500 each week for as long as you stay commission qualified. Don't ever let your subscription lapse, right? You don't want to lose that. Now, once you have 10,000 in that account, you're going to get a call from the CFO or someone at PartnerCo, and they're going to say, where would you like us to send your $10,000 check? There's no string attached to that. That is your check to do with it what you want. Pretty amazing. You get paid all at once, straight to you. John and Christy just got theirs not too long ago. Ashley Paulson just got hers not too long ago. We're seeing quite a few of those this last year. Now, once you've done that, once you've collected your 10,000, then the savings bonuses will be paid to you every 4 weeks. So up to $500 a week. If you continue to do good base commissions over 250, you're going to continue to accrue savings bonus, and you'll get paid monthly at that point. So pretty awesome. No strings attached on that. So how are you going to use your extra 2,000 each month? Right. Now let's talk about income position bonus. Now you're going to be earning because you are building a team, you're leading a team, you are building your organization out. You're going to get a real big benefit from this because PartnerCo takes 2% of the worldwide product PV, and they put that aside what they call an income position bonus pool. Now, every week that you optimize an income position, that means you have a power line and at least one pay line with 13,334, you're going to earn shares of this 2%. Think about this. It's only the people who optimize on that week that are getting that. So, you could make pretty good money. And the way it works is this. If you have one income position optimized, you're going to get 400. And I'm going to say this is more like 440 or 450 now because the company has grown. So these numbers are from like a year or two ago. So it's even bigger than what's here. If you have 2 income positions optimized, that's going to jump all the way to 1,200. You can see by the time you get down here, you're making some huge bonus money. You're making more bonus money than you made on base commission. So this is another reason why you want to optimize. When we talked way back in the beginning, the reason I say start with 2 lines, you want to be able to optimize as much as you can because of this type of thing. Now there's a pay line bonus. So you're going to continue to where the last one here, you're basically getting a bonus for building a team deep. Here you're getting earning for building it wide. The more pay lines you have, and there's another 1% that's put into what we call a pay line bonus pool. Now, for each optimized pay line after your first 2 pay lines, it's going to earn you shares of this bonus. Now, you think this is a much more exclusive club. There aren't a lot fewer people doing this. So it's only 1%, but there are fewer people that are getting this. In this case, these start at like 500. You can see they build out even more. So once again, think about someone who has multiple pay lines optimizing. You're getting this $2,000 base commission. You're getting a pay line bonus and an income position bonus. You're making some pretty good money on those weeks that you optimize. Now let's talk about matching bonus or matching check. Why do we call it matching check? Basically, you are being rewarded for building a team and helping them to build. So if your people get a commission, you are going to get a percentage of that. Now, how does that work? We're going to talk a little bit about that because there is a condition of how this actually gets activated. The more you help your team grow, the more you earn. Now you're going to make a commission, or rather a percentage of all base commissions up to 7 generations. Now, we talked about Ultimate earlier. A long time ago, there was a thing called Gold, and it's still out there, where you can, when you come in, they give you 8 weeks to sponsor 4 brand partners with 200 PV. Now, at 200 PV, and once you have 4, that makes you gold. It makes you gold for life, and it unlocks the first 3 levels of these matching bonuses. So, and you need to be gold for that. Now, here's the cool thing. In the last year, PartnerCo has made this much easier for you. If you go Ultimate, if you get 1,500 PV and you qualify as Ultimate, they're going to give you gold on top of that. So again, another reason why you absolutely want to be ultimate, because down the road, when you have a big team, this matching bonus will continue to become a larger part of your check. So you want to go for the gold. Now, this is the old qualification. It's still valid for 200 PV to 4 new people. That's bringing 4 people in at activated level in your first 8 weeks. Or you come in at ultimate, you get gold. That unlocks the first 3 levels of this matching bonus for life. 15, 10, and 5%. Your people, let's say your first level person makes $200 in commission, you're going to make $30 off that. Down here, you're making 5%. But remember, when you're building a big team, you might have a lot more people down here. Now, to unlock these last 4 levels, the first time you get $500 in base commission, it's going to unlock level 4. The first week you get 1,000 in base commission, it's going to unlock the 5th level. And then as you start optimizing income positions, you're going to unlock levels 6 and 7. And this 5% doesn't sound like a lot, but what happens if you have 1,000 people down the road in one of those lower levels? People are all your people are building, and you have like little tiny commissions, but you're getting 1,000 of those little tiny commissions. Could be pretty big. So here you are. Here's an example, generation 1. So you had 5,000 on your first line. This is what your people made. You're going to get 15% of that, or 750. And generation 2, you're going to get 300 off the 3,000 in this level. These are all these people. And generation 3, 2,500. You're thinking, oh, wait, this is going down. But start looking at what happens here. When you get down to generation 7 popped back up to 250. Why is that? Because you had so many more people. And so it's kind of like an inverse funnel. It's going to funnel down maybe a little bit at the beginning, and then it's going to funnel back out. You could have your biggest level be down here in 6 and 7 in time. So the matching bonus is a big deal. You want to make sure you can, do what you can to go gold immediately, and then start getting those, base commissions to start building those levels down that you get matched on. Once again, 500, 1,000, and then optimizing 1 and 2 income positions to get these 4 levels. But gold will give you these 3 for life right off the top. In this case, you made 1,560 in matching bonus. That's on top of your base commission. That's on top of any income bonus or income position bonus or pay line bonus. It's on top of retail profits. It's on top of any sort of new volume bonus. All of this adds together. So there's no limit really to the amount of matching bonus you can earn, but it's paid with what we call dynamic compression. What does that really mean? Let's not get too fancy, but let's just say let's say you put a whole bunch of people in your tree, and you have somebody way down on your 20th generation down, or not generation, 20th placement in the tree. Like you have a row of 20 people, and you have somebody way down 20 levels down. It's still, if it's someone you brought in, it comes up to your level 1 for matching bonus, because it's your direct recruit. That's what we call sponsorship. So it's a difference between being placed and sponsored. We can talk a little bit about that at the very end. So if you're going to be building generationally to get this matching bonus. So it's a little bit different. Now we have a couple other ways, just going to touch on really quickly. Business rewards. And these business rewards allow you to earn some extra commissions and bonuses, basically for just doing the things that we're supposed to be doing, by growing your pay lines, by sponsoring people as customers, brand partners. If you stay on your subscription, by anytime you get a title advancement, all of these things will give you business reward points, and you can trade them in for all various things. You can win things. You can enter drawings to win cash or different experiences, or you can donate to charity. There are certain things you can buy. And then if you get all the way up to the chairperson level, the company will actually help you to realize a dream. You can design a reward unique to you, something you've dreamed about, and the company will help you to make that dream come true. Pretty amazing. Now, loyalty shopping, a little anticlimactic after some of the other things we've talked about, but every month we have loyalty shopping. Some particular products will be discounted more than the 30%. And as you buy, your products, you get $1 for every dollar you spend, and those are going to go into loyalty credits that you can spend later into on loyalty shopping. So maybe this bottle of Noni that's normally $40, maybe you're going to get it for $30 on a given month. You'll use $10 of your loyalty shopping credit, and you'll get this for $30 instead of $40, etc. And that's what loyalty shopping is all about. So every dollar you spend, you get another back in loyalty credits. So those are the 9 ways of getting paid that we have. Once again, I can't even begin to tell you how fortunate we are to be in this company, to have the most rewarding, highest paying compensation plan all in network marketing. Now, what I'd like to do, we have a couple minutes left over before I'd like to do first, I'd like to open it up for some questions. And then if Judy is okay, I'd like to show a little bit of bonus material after we have questions. Any questions from anybody?
You did a great job.
Well, thank you.
Except for it cut out a lot, but I can get the replay. But
Oh, hopefully I talked loud enough.
oh yeah.
Anybody else have any
was
questions so far?
That was fantastic. I've sat in on lots of different compensation presentations, and this was by far the best one that I've heard so far.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thanks.
Great job.
Any questions? Somebody's got an echo going. I think that may be. Yeah, it's Marge. I think you're on.
I'm gonna fix it.
All right, so we have a couple minutes left, and I'd like to show you a couple more things, and that I think this will kind of help bring some things home, since we do have a little bit of bonus content, and a lot of this we've already talked about, but I'm going to show you some graphics about some of this stuff that maybe will help make this a little easier to think about. So new volume bonus, once again, here's an example of where you sponsored 3 people, and these people are in light blue. So I sponsored Joe, Jill, and Pat. So I'm going to get, based on the PV they put in, I'm going to get 30% because I'm ultimate. I want to, it's all about being ultimate. I'm going to get 300, 450, and 450. I'm going to make $1,200 on those 3 people. Now, Kelly here was put in by my upline, so I don't get paid on her. My upline put her down here in my line, but I didn't get paid on her. Now, the new volume bonus is on who you bring in. Now, let's look at base commissions here. Once again, you're going to build these 2 lines. Your biggest line is your power line. All your other lines are pay lines. Like I said, you're going to build, you want to have more lines because of this auto balancing thing we talked about. So we'll talk a little bit about that. You're going to get maximum commission on your own volume after that 100 PV per subscription. We talked about that. And the more lines you have, the more auto balancing income you're going to get. So once again, another reason to go ultimate. Now, when you build, you always want to have a strong power line, but you've got to build on your pay line. This goes back to the question we had earlier about, can you make money on one line? You're not going to make near as much money on one line. So here's an example of power line and pay line. So you're already ultimate. You put in your 100, and then you put in another couple 100 PV. You're going to get auto balanced on that. Kelly was put in by my upline, but these 3 are ones I put in. Now, in this case, the power line was 1,000 PV and my pay line was 800. So my base commission is going to be 15% of the smaller line, or the 800. That's going to give me $120. Now, I'm also going to get commission of 15% on top of that for my 200 PV that I put in excess of my 100 PV requirement. So that's another $30 in this case. So I end up making 150 instead of 120 because I actually bought some of my own product. Pretty cool. Now, once again, I talked about the power line. Think of that as the bank. And when you're paid on your pay line, that same amount is deducted from your power line. And I'd like to say it's the largest pay line. If you have multiple pay lines, it'll be the largest pay line that is deducted from the power line. So just think of it as taking money out of the bank. You have to have the funds in your account. Once again, you have to have multiple lines. Anything left over on that power line is going to carry over. So the benefit of having more lines is that auto balancing. In this case, I have 1,000 PV power line, 900 in a pay line, and I put in 400. Now, if I only had 2 lines, I came in at activated, it would be balanced across 2 lines. I would end up with 1150 on both lines. That would be the most I could make. I would only get really 250 PV of that 450 towards commissions. However, if I had 5 lines, if I'm ultimate, I can balance it like this: 1,000, 1,000, 100, 100, 100. So I'm putting 100 here, 100 here, 100 here, and 100 here. So all of that 400 PV is spread out. And so you're going to get paid on all of it. Not only that, less volume is taken from your power line because it's spread out. You're not taking 1150 out, you're taking 1,000 out. So once again, just another reason why we want to go ultimate. Here's an example of what that actually looks like. So I only had 2 lines. The best I can do is to balance those 2 lines. I'm going to get paid on 1150 here. Down here, I'm going to get paid on everything. I'm going to get that spread out on all of those, even these empty lines. The auto balancing algorithm is going to spread out, and I'm going to get paid, and I'm going to save some PV that I would have spent in the power line for the next week. I hope that kind of makes sense. So once again, the auto balancing works. The more lines you have, the better the auto balancing works. Matching pay, once again, I call it leader rewards. And the bottom line here, without going too deep, is you just want to be gold. 4 BPs with brand partners packs, or go ultimate and you get gold, right? They're allowing you to do that now, and that unlocks your first 3 generations of matching pay. And then we had those other generations that are unlocked with different types of commission levels and income position optimizations. So that's matching pay. Now, here's an example. Check this out. Let's say you enrolled 4, and those 4 enrolled 4, and those 4 enrolled 4. Now we know that doesn't always happen. Let's just say that it did that. Generation 1, 2, and 3. That doesn't look really too impressive right there. But if I built this out, look what happens by the time I get down to generation 7. If everybody literally built 4, you could end up making that kind of money on the lower generation. Those little teeny 5% all add up. You have 16,000 people down here. Granted, I mean, like I said, this is an ideal deal, but I wanted people to realize, don't discount these lower generations. Make sure you do what you can to build, to get your commissions up to the level where you can start adding these lower generations, because down the road, it really makes a difference. 32,802 in 1 week is the equivalent of 1.7 million a year. If you happen to do that every week, I would be bowing down, right? Now, last thing
we do have leaders that are making that kind of money.
It's just crazy what people are making. You don't hear them talk about exactly what they're making, but this is the type of thing somebody like a Todd Rowland, or like an Aaron Decker, or Brent Palmer, or Greg and Wanika Scott. They're making this kind of money out there. The more they build their team down, and guess what happens? Let's say they have a month where they had somebody in their family die and they had to go away. You know what? That whole team is still working. They're still going to make money. That's the whole beauty of residual income and leveraging the effects of a team. It's pretty amazing. Now, placement and sponsorship. I want to just kind of touch base on this. I know we're getting close to the end here. Placement tree is the full view of your organization. So remember a while ago when I showed you this right here, that is a placement tree. So that I place this person here, then I place the next person under here, Jill placed the person under here, and you get a line here and a line here. That is a placement tree. So the people you sponsor and the people placed in your organization, either by your upline or your downline. And that's how you determine base commissions, power line and pay line. Now, a sponsorship tree is the view, that dynamically compressed view of only those people that you sponsor directly and those that they sponsor directly. So it's a generational thing. So regardless of where they're placed, they could be 30 levels down. If you put them in, they're your first generation, and et cetera, et cetera. This is how you get matching pay. This is how matching pay is done. So this is a placement tree. I kind of show you here. I placed Joe, Jill, and Pat, and then Kelly was brought my upline. And then Jill put in Lisa, Pat put Bob and Sue in, Sue put Pam in, and Lori. And then now over here, this is what a sponsorship tree would look like. So Joe, Jill, and Pat, and Pam, because I put Pam in way down here, doesn't matter. She's part of my 15% generation 1. And then down here, Bob and Sue are on generation 2. Lisa is generation 2 because she was brought in by my direct recruit. So she's level 2. Sue brought in Lori. So that's level 3. So that's what a sponsorship tree looks like. And these are the generations that you open by being gold. And then of course you have the other matching pay once you get those other criteria met. So I hope that makes a little bit of a thing. Now, the last thing I want to do, because we are getting at the end, I want to kind of talk a little bit about how you place people, because we talked about compensation. So what we want to do is we want to maximize how we build our organization. So this is just an example. You don't have to do it exactly this way, but you need to build 2 lines. So I was taught to place maybe the first 2 or 3 people on one line. That by definition becomes my power line. That's the largest line. Then I'm going to start a second line, place the next person there, or maybe the next couple people, and then start alternating. So you want to have a balanced line. Now, what will happen sometimes is you'll have somebody blow up on one side, and that line will become your power line, and it'll flip, right? And that's happened to us as well. So you want to keep your organization balanced. You don't want all your leaders in one line. You want to do the best you can to balance it out. Because now here's the cool thing. Placement under your other brand partners is fine. You're still the direct sponsor for them on that sponsorship tree. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to build their pay lines. You want to build their power line, because you want to encourage them to do the work. You want to motivate them, but you're also going to encourage them to build. So they're going to see all of this activity going on their line, because you're putting people in their pay line, or rather their power line, and that's going to make them want to go out and get a pay line, because, oh wow, I've got 1,000 PV in my power line that I didn't even put there. That means I can go out and build this line over here and get paid. So think of it as a taproot. So here's an example of building strategy. Put 1, 2, 3 over here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So right here I have 7 and 4. I would probably put my next 1 or 2 over here to build. You want to keep that level. Once again, you have to keep money in the bank and your power line to get paid on your pay line. Now, for placement, I want to reiterate this. This is very important. When you sponsor people, enroll your brand partners under your ID. You're the one that earned it. The placement, I always say, must be by manual option. You always want to put in the ID that you want to put that person under. Don't let the system do it. You choose exactly where you want it to go. Don't let the app decide for you. What you really want to do is you want to build momentum on the people who are building in your organization, on those long lines, and encourage them to bring in people on their other lines. Because if you have a long line and a bunch of people are on that line, they're all going to get the excitement. You have 10 people and you put somebody under 10 people, all 10 of those people are going to see that volume. It's going to encourage them. So what you're doing again is you're building this taproot. So think of it like feeding the taproot of a plant. You're going to place under the last person in that strong line, if that makes sense. So it also holds, once again, it holds people accountable to build their lines. The tree should not have an active split unless that person is building, in theory. Like, you don't want to start somebody's second line. If they're not building, I wouldn't place it under on the second line of that person. I would place it under the other line. It also makes the tree much easier to follow. It's going to make it easy to see your builders. So this is what that would look like. So all these people here are yellow, are builders. All these people in yellow are builders. So here's a person here, they're not building, but this person's building, and they've got 2 lines. That person's building here, and they've got 2 lines. And that person's building, they've got 2 lines. And that person's building, they have 2 lines. And over here on the pay line, down here, this person's building, they have 2 lines. And this person here is building, they have 2 lines. Where am I going to put my next person? Here, or maybe here, either one. and I'm over here, I could put it here or here. What's the benefit of that? Now if I put that person down here, all of these people, including every single person who's building in my organization, is going to get power line volume. That's going to reward them while still encouraging them to do the work over here, over here, over here, over here. And likewise in the pay line, the same thing. So that to me is kind of the simplest way to describe how to place people in your organization, still motivate them to do the work, but you're also maximizing, your power lines on those sides, or the tap roots on both of those sides. Does that make any sense? You're building under your builders. You reward the people who are working.
Hey, Patrick, thank you so much.